And we are live.
Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heat. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I've studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. One thing I love more than cooking is my own wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, aka the Warden. Together we host what you are watching right now. Typically it's the Friday Night Feast, but this is my MS journey for week 184, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling amazing. Everything's going smooth. I really feel give a lot of credit to my diet. The fact that I'm staying keto, I think that has really helped me. You know, eating my eggs every day. I eat at least 4 a day. But if I seem a little off today, a little lethargic, it's because I'm really full. I had a giant lunch. It ended up making a little more than I thought.
What did you make?
I took one single solo sweet potato, diced it up really fine. Then same thing with a jalapeno. Threw that in the skillet with a handful of some frozen fajita vegetables, and almost make like a little hash. And I had 2 good hunks of the overnight brisket. I diced that up real small, threw it in there too. And then I threw all that on. After I cooked that all down in a skillet, I dusted it with some shredded pepper jack cheese, and then we fried up 2. I was planned on originally doing 1, but it just didn't look right for the plating. It didn't look right for 1, so I did 2 sunny side up eggs, and then I dotted it with some hot sauce, and really freaking good.
I bet. And what are you drinking?
Oh, what is this one?
I don't know.
It's the one right there in the canister.
Well, there's a lot in
It's
there.
the
the Redmonds?
No.
No?
It's Ultima. The green one.
Oh, the green one. The apple
teeny
teeny or something?
Yeah. I already had a Redmond. Earlier, I had the Redmond's Boost or whatever. Relight, I think that's what it's called. I had one of those this morning. I just wanted something different, so I got one of that.
That's good.
One of these.
Nice.
Y'all know me. I upcycle a lot, so this is one of those kombucha jars. I just mixed it up in that.
Right, not he. Well, also, so officially the first week of July is over.
Oh yeah.
So were you continuing your squats?
Yeah, whether I need to or not.
I mean, were you actively doing?
No, and honestly, speaking of that, my legs are kind of feeling the after effects of that. Seriously.
And then what about your DDPY?
I'm starting a new session of it tonight.
Did you do any this past week?
No. Because, I did a little, just like 3 of them, I think. Well, I mean, it
was 3 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. I'm too busy. Let's go do something else. You know me.
Wow. All right. Well, let's, what do you have there that you're hiding from everyone?
What did you get this at Kroger?
Yeah.
She found these Lily's creamy caramel flavored filling bars. She found, I don't know, like
in their discount,
8 or 9, and they had them marked down for $1.40. So I figured her and I would split this one right now. They're really good.
And look, some people got in here early today. Oh, yeah. Patty got in here this morning saying hello now. Unsure if I'll make it this afternoon. Chris is off, and we have shed building to continue with.
Nice.
Oh, goodness. Well, I hope that's going well, Patty.
What I think I really like about this, though, they break away easily in these little bitty squares, and they're like perfect bite size.
Square? And what's in the square?
Like I said, the creamy caramel.
Mm-hmm. And I have my cup of coffee. Lisa said, hello, how were the disco fries?
They were gravy.
They were gravy?
Yeah. No, they were really good.
They were groovy.
Uh-huh.
They really were. What was the new phrase we learned from Lynette?
I really don't remember. Is she in here yet? Maybe she can tell us.
Yes. What was the phrase you told us? The 70 phrase. It was so good. 22 Q-Cats here.
Howdy.
She says, hi, Shelly Heath and everyone. Ready for another MS Journey update and whatever else you decide to throw in. Right? Now, I think I think I saw Sharon's here, but tomorrow starts the arm challenge. I think I haven't actually seen it. Caden's here. Hey, Caden said hi, Shelly and Heath. How are you? And Gigi's here. Said good afternoon, everyone. How are you? At least said how's the weather?
It's raining. It rained. Well, it's not raining now. It stopped. But we heard it a minute ago. We were watching TV. We're trying to catch up on the bear, and we heard it. I mean, it was loud when it came down.
Mm-hmm.
What is Thursday? What date is Thursday?
It's Thursday? The 11th. That's right.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make sure. Yeah. So, yeah, this Thursday is my little sister's getting married. The thing we have going on, or I have going on.
And it's all the way in Galveston.
Yeah.
Right?
Because some friend of hers gave her, as a wedding present, gave her a cruise. So they thought it'd be easier to do it in Galveston and she can get on the cruise right afterwards. I thought they were going to spend the weekend in Galveston and then go.
I don't know. I thought it was just because that was convenient for everybody because she lives down that area.
Yeah, but she's in Pearland, so that's still almost 45 minutes. So I don't know how convenient that is, really.
That's where we're going Thursday, y'all. And it's a potluck wedding.
Yeah.
What are we bringing?
I'm gonna Tuesday. I'm gonna smoke a turkey and debone it and just bring that cold. We just have basically like cold cuts.
So it should be interesting.
Right.
I've never been to a potluck wedding. Has any of y'all?
Kinda.
Well, yeah. Tell this story.
I got a buddy of mine. I was the best man and burger boy. I was manning the grill at his wedding. And then his cousin, whenever
this is hilarious. Yeah.
When the not pastor, I guess pastor, preacher, whatever, the guy officiating the wedding said, "You may kiss the bride." His cousin, whatever, yelled out, "Who's your daddy?" You can tell I hang out with a bunch of rednecks.
I've always gone to weddings where you had a sit-down catered meal. Is how I've always, when I've gone to weddings. I haven't gone to a whole lot of weddings, but the few I've gone to, that's how it was. You sat down and like they would bring the courses, and then one of them you got up and like they had people who would serve it on your plate as you went down.
Remember that one cousin of mine? It was a costume party.
Oh, that's right. Now that one though, wasn't that was catered too?
I don't remember, honestly.
I thought it was. Costumes. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun though. I like that. My bear Lynette, hey, said hello everyone. I have to stitch while I listen in. I'll miss a lot of messages. Please forgive me. Of course.
You're fine.
Carl Keto Dog said, hi, everyone. Hey,
howdy.
Welcome. And Evelyn's here. Hey, Evelyn said, hello. I don't get to catch many lives. Good to see y'all. Well, I'm glad you got to catch this one.
On Dustin's.
Oh, awesome.
She's there almost every time.
Lisa said, me and the boys started the arms workouts early.
Ooh,
okay. I haven't even looked at the whole, I saw part of it. I know you're supposed to do so many reps of different things, but I have not started. But I am still doing my squats. So I am doing 50 squats a day. And then yesterday was a rest day, but I was out shopping a lot. So it was kind of a split day. In the morning, I went and did my grocery shopping at Aldi. And then I had a Sam's pickup in the afternoon, which is horrendous. No wonder it was available in the afternoon. The whole morning was booked for pickup times. And I had to go in the afternoon. First of all, it took probably 20 minutes just to get through the freaking light because it takes forever, the light right there. I do not like the Humble area because it's just way too freaking busy.
Well, I think part of the problem, though, you had originally not even planned on going to Sam's. But I put a little idea in your head, and you're like, okay, let me go ahead and go.
You didn't put an idea. You were like, I need more drinks. Go get them.
No, because I even told you I would either go today or Tuesday and go get them.
So might as well. But anyway, so And then I was in there and I was like, you know what? Since I'm already this far away,
Let's go spend some money.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Cracker Barrel because Cracker Barrel has some Halloween, y'all. So I went to Cracker Barrel because it was only about.
Barrel, I guess.
It was only you can. They have a skeleton in a barrel that you could have bought. It was motion. But anyways, and it was only about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes away from Sam's, minus traffic. And so I went there and look what I got, y'all. Can you see her? My beautiful little witch.
You're going to have to showcase it on this week's Warden Report.
Look at that.
Zoom
and then she holds a lantern here, but I have it. You have to pull the little, it's a little like LED light. You pull it out, turn it on, and then put it back in there. I didn't do that today, but and she's so pretty. I got the small one. They had one that's 2.5 feet tall, but it's like $200. But the lady was really helpful. It's been forever since we've been to Cracker Barrel.
There's a reason for that.
I honestly, I don't think we've been to Cracker Barrel since we've gone keto.
No.
Because I think every time I think of Cracker Barrel, I feel like the food is very carb forward. Am I wrong? Or has anybody gone to Cracker Barrel and found good meal options that are keto?
Because when we did go, the only thing I ever ordered there was, the only thing I ever liked to order there was breakfast. But then I never really liked their hash browns. I like the way they did it.
Well, my weakness with Cracker Barrel, and I don't even know if they still do it, but used to, no matter when you went, you got biscuits and a side of gravy was complimentary.
I don't remember that.
And biscuits and gravy is like my go-to. Like, I freaking love that. So that would be the hard part for me, is being like, I don't want your biscuits and gravy, but I do. So, and again, I don't even know if they still do that. But I went there, did my Halloween shopping. I got my beautiful witch, and I got the glitter or the shiny slime soap, the hand soap. It is so pretty. And what I like about it is when you put it on, like your whole hand's like all glimmering.
Wow.
From the soap, but once you wash it off, then it's gone. But it makes washing your hands so pretty. And so I got that, and then I got something for some Halloween birthday girl. Got something.
She in here?
No, I don't think she is. Okay. Show it since I know she's not in here.
She can't watch the replay?
Yeah, but she don't. Ooh, people. Look, isn't that a cute mug I got her?
That's definitely her.
But it's a
pop top.
A pop top. Those are not my favorite, y'all. But I know a lot of people use those. But they did have one, and I was really tempted. But I'm like, I already got an amazing mug here. I don't need.
Thanks, Lisa.
A lot. I know. My Elfster got me this. But they had another one this tall, but it was a screw lid with the straw, and it was like this, like skull, kind of like the catacombs look.
Wow.
But it was in black and kind of, I guess, clear, gray. So it looked like you would turn it at different ways and just see all the skulls all over it. I was really tempted to get that one. But I did not. I was good. I said, no, I'm getting my witch. That's it. And then after that, then he was like, well, did you get my free wings? And I was like, no. And I was real close to, there's a tollway that runs around, another one that runs around the city called 99. And that was actually real close to the Cracker Barrel to take it to get back to our house. And I was like, well, since I'm on 99, I know of another Buffalo Wild Wings.
They were doing a promotion where if you spent $10, you get 6 free wings. So that's what I sent her for. But then she surprised me and got me a better deal.
Well, because I did all he sent me was free 6 wings. I didn't read the fine print, and when I was going through, I was like, it's charging me. Well, then what I did is I ended up cashing in our points for 10 free wings, so I didn't have to pay any money at all. So that was free. But in that same parking lot was a Bath and Body Works and a Michael's. There was also a TJ Maxx, but I didn't go in TJ Maxx It looked really freaking crowded. I went into Bath and Body Works. No Halloween yet. They had their fall, but I'm more of a Halloween than a fall person. Let me know what you're like. And so the lady was like, probably in a week or two, the Halloween will start coming in. I was like, all right. Then I went to Michael's, which is in that shopping center. So I went out, got to Michael's.
And my wings are sitting in the car.
No. I put them for pickup, so I had time to go to Michael's. I looked at all their stuff. Oh my gosh. Their Spooky Town. I love so many of those like haunted houses, and they have all kinds of effects and sounds and everything, but they're freaking expensive. Like 170. They are 20% off, but still $170 to $200 for a couple of course, the ones I wanted, right? That have like there's one where people are on like a little roller coaster, and it's all like the scary haunted roller coaster. It was really cool. They have one that looks like a Little Shop of Horrors, where it's all those little plants, and they have one called Slytherin Inn, and it's like a snake, that all these snakes and stuff. And then they have a movie theater. I mean, there were so many, and I was like, oh, I like them all, but
you're like, I want one of each.
Right, not at that price. I
gotta remember where we're gonna put them.
I will find a place for a haunted village. I can rearrange some things. Rickwood's here. Hey, Rickwood. She goes, hi, it's Horb. Was just taking the dogs out between the rainstorms. So you're getting some rain too, huh?
It's a big old cloud.
Right? Lynette said the only 70s phrase I mentioned on Friday was sit on it. That's it.
What it was. Thank you.
But that was for the TV show Happy Days. And it was said when you were irritated with somebody. Okay, that's what I remember. Sit on it. You already ate yours.
I don't know what you're talking about.
These are mine.
Your phone's break out.
Lisa said we had rain at 5 p.m. yesterday.
Wow.
Oh,
we may have also. I just don't remember.
Tweety Q Cat said, I'm ready for the arms challenge. Bring it on. Nice. Lisa said, outdoor wedding?
I don't remember, honestly.
I know it's at a venue.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I hope it's not outdoor. Because the heat.
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah.
I never got an actual invitation. I got a text message with a picture of the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
That's how classy my family is.
Lynette said, what the heck is a potluck wedding?
She actually, because I even thought, okay, fine. We all bring a dish. I figured there'd be a sign-up list, at least showing what everybody else is bringing. She's like, no, just bring whatever you want. I don't care.
They wanted to see my mug.
A potluck wedding, you bring your own bride. You don't bring your own groom. I don't know. How else would you describe it?
So it's just for the reception. Yeah. Everybody brings a dish or food or drink. And then they, I guess, set it up. And that's what you're eating at the reception.
Yeah. Like I said, it's highfalutin.
And so I was just like, well... So we were trying to think of what to bring.
I originally was thinking about just bringing a meat and cheese tray. Like getting a big block of cheese from Sam's, whatever, slicing it up. And then we do have a package or two of summer sausages we need to eat anyways. So I was saying, oh, that'd be good. Just do it that way. And then she's like, yeah, but you know what? We do have that turkey in there. We need to make some room in the freezer. Let's go do that.
And I was like, since we're not huge fans of turkey, and these were free turkeys.
Right.
And we've been trying to eat down, and you didn't really care for when you had turkey all week long. I was like, why don't we just bring the other turkey? And then that'd be a great way to use what we have and all that. So that's what we're bringing. We already are planning that it's not going to be keto.
Right.
Because, and like when he asked us, Mom, what all is everybody bringing? Nobody knows.
She's like, I don't know. Ask your sister. I was like, okay.
So, no idea. So, we're planning on going to, and I wonder if you made the reservation yet.
No, I didn't.
We want to go to Rebels Black that Thursday. The keto restaurant.
Why don't you pull it up and do it right now then? Because also, I don't know what time. Because the reception ends, I think there's no end on it.
Yeah.
He said it starts at 2 and it ends whenever.
No. So, let's make it 5. This is a reason to leave.
We remember, but we also we got to figure in too. We got at least probably hour and a half drive.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
But it's actually in Galveston.
Mm-hmm. Lisa said, let me see the mug. 22 Cat said, never heard of a potluck wedding.
I haven't either. Stick around. I'll teach you some stuff.
Carl Keto Dog said, enjoying some brisket while we watch. Ooh,
nice.
That sounds awesome.
That's what I have.
Oh, Sharon's here. Hey, Sharon.
Hey.
She goes, I'm here. Awesome.
My legs are telling you hi.
Lisa said, I went to the gym 4 times last week, so I stopped the squats, but I can tell my balance is better than it has been all year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I went to the gym the other day, too. I think next time I might actually go inside.
Yes, for those of you who have done the squats, what have you noticed your biggest benefit from doing the squats in June? Lisa said, our Cracker Barrel is too far for just a swing by.
Uh-huh.
Well, and that's like, I would normally never go. Like, I'm not an Humble person.
Right.
So I normally don't go that far because the traffic is just freaking horrendous. And I hate it. And thankfully, when I left the Sam's and Kroger, because they're like in the same parking lot, originally it was going to have me going the main 1960, then up
that's another one.
59. But I turned wrong, and then it rerouted where I went back behind this other way, and there was like nobody. And I was like, this is what I need. There's no traffic. People aren't getting on my nerves. Oh, look at this. There's not a light that takes 20 minutes just to get through. Oh, this is nice. And it was quiet. And then it started sprinkling. I was like, I'm going to Cracker Barrel now. There is one more that really isn't too far from us. It's where that saltgrass is, the one you don't really care for.
Yeah.
But there's one right there. And then there's another one that's about as far as the one in Humble. So I have 3 locations.
It seems like everything we want to do is about 30 minutes away.
Yeah. Lisa said she is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. And you can order online from Cracker Barrel. So you don't have to go in if you just want to order online.
They should be giving you bonus points and stuff like that for promoting them.
Oh.
Uh-huh. But also, we were just discussing it too. We might cut this a little short today because we want to go back to watching TV. I think we could probably finish.
What are we watching?
The Bear. We could probably finish that today. And then take a break to watch Coffee Talk and then finish it up.
Excuse me. I swallowed that wrong. Sean is here. Hey, y'all. How are you doing?
Howdy.
22Q Cat said, I've been to Cracker Barrel a couple times recently. Great place to meet friends halfway. I just ordered a burger and it was fine. I was a little concerned I wouldn't be able to find anything. Okay, so they have burgers.
All right, great. Now she's want to go so we can be shopping, dude.
No, I'm good with the shopping.
We can eat burgers here.
22Q Cat said, love the new Ooh People is about right. Yes.
Was it not?
The Ooh People mug, and then that's for our Halloween moderator.
Uh-huh.
Lisa said, I love the spooky towns. I don't have the money to buy them, and I wouldn't have a place to display them either. Maybe one day. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, I love them. And this Michael's I went to had them all set up, all on, which was really cool. And they have all the little different figurines. Mm-hmm.
You know, we could do, too, though. Mm. We don't really use that formal living room for anything.
Mm-hmm.
We could put up a table in there and have you the whole display.
Yeah.
Because what are we doing there, really?
Nothing.
All we have is an extra couch that Delilah likes sleeping on.
Right?
That's about it.
But yeah, they're so much fun to look at, but I just feel like the price is so high, especially when you look at some of them and I'm like, oh, I just don't want to spend that kind of money.
Right.
Laura S is here. Hey Laura
hi.
Said hello, everyone. And Sharon said, I'm working on getting the arms routine posted. Yeah.
All right.
Lisa said, what are you going to wear, Shelly, to the wedding? Oh, that's right.
What are you going to wear?
I think I'm just going to wear
business casual.
I don't even know if there's a dress code.
There's not. I promise you, there's not.
I guess, well, but we're going to go to Rebel Splash,
so
which is, so I'm going to probably wear a dress. I have kind of a summery looking dress where it's got little flowers all over it. So I'll probably just wear that.
I just want you outshining the bride.
Oh, no. It's not a white dress. It's like multicolored. I guess. That's what I'm probably going to wear because then it should be comfortable enough for the wedding, but then fancy enough for Ruggles Black.
So we don't have to change.
Right, exactly. My bear Lynette said, we had really horrible summer storms yesterday afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Now we're just sitting duck south of Houston waiting for the hurricane, right? I got in some rain yesterday, but it was not bad. Like I drove in it and it didn't bother me. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, just enough to kind of maybe turn on the wipers a little bit.
When is it supposed to actually hit?
Tomorrow.
Oh boy, so Thursday's gonna be fun then, huh? It's just gonna be down on the island.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that till just now.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, so luckily for us up here, the storms weren't bad. I hope you were okay. I know you've got everything set up, Lynette, so you're good to go. But yeah, I just got a little rain yesterday. Did that deter me from shopping? No, it did not. And so I went on and went to Cracker Barrel, even in the rain, went shopping in there, had so much fun. It really was fun. Wow. They had a lot of also like books, Halloween themed books. One was like spooky stories.
Oh, wow.
They had, do you remember Highlight from?
Yeah.
They had that, a Halloween themed highlight book. They also had the pins with the Frankenstein or the Pumpkin Man, and you click the back and they punch so you can fight each of them. They had jewelry. They had these really cute spider earrings that were like long dangle, but I was like, oh, I never wear that stuff. Really, I like it, but then I just never end up wearing it. They had some ornaments, and gosh, there was a lot of glitter stuff. Huh. And the one worker who was, she was really excited about it. She kept telling me about, oh, we already sold out of the Grim Reaper. We're already sold out of this. And she like really was, I guess she saw me and she immediately knew I wanted the Halloween only. Because she was telling me
that vibe, huh?
Well, I was wearing my Seether shirt, which I don't think is really Cracker Barrel attire usually. And I have my black lipstick on and all my hair up. And so she was like, oh, and this is sold out. And then she kept saying, oh, look at the glitter skull. Oh, look at the glitter coffin. And I'm like, I'm not into the glitter effects, right? I don't want glitter on everything other than the soap. Do the soap there. But yeah, I kept going even in the rain. I was like, you know what? If I get a little wet, oh well, I get a midday shower. Probably need one. Lynette said, my area is expected to lose electricity for quite some time. It'll be a major miracle if that does not happen. How do you know that? I've already spoken to the neighbors and told them to come over. Wow. How do you know you're going to lose electricity?
Do we need to look it up and see if we're going to? I'm supposed to work. Well, we're both supposed to work.
Well, because what I got from Centerpoint is they have all crews on standby ready to address if anything. And somebody in our subdivision asked, and they said, the only time we really lose power is when trees fall on the power lines.
Well, it used to be.
Well, that's what they're saying. The wind blows the trees down. So we'll see what happens. You know, we can only do so much. Lee said, are y'all smoking the turkey?
Yes. Only because it's the quickest, easiest way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't heat the house up.
Right.
I'm going to spatchcock it.
Nice. Evelyn said, I take charcuterie pans to gatherings and potlucks. I pack all the good things into a 9x13 pan with lids so it's easier to travel with. That's an awesome idea.
I'm almost going to do that. I'm going to use a foil pan, but I don't have any lids for it, so I'm just going to tear off a piece of aluminum foil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's worse. But that's a great idea.
Yeah, very much so. That's a very good one.
And that a charcuterie board, at least you know you have something you will enjoy. And I feel like that's a pretty well-rounded meal.
That's what I was thinking about doing too when I was saying a meat and cheese tray. That's where I was going with it.
Lynette said, I'm thankful I have a generator and can be of assistance to many neighbors. The young couple across the street expecting their baby on Wednesday.
Ouch.
I told them to go to a hotel near the hospital. Right. Yeah, that's what I would be doing.
Right ahead. That's perfect.
Ugh. Lisa said, I know I can order online, but I've been trying to save money. When we go to Comic-Con in 2 weeks, we're getting a photo op and autograph with Weird Al.
Awesome.
I am super jelly. Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Where's that at? Is that there in Austin?
Yeah. Oh. Well, please share a picture. I want, when you get that photo op with him, please share it in our group. Yes. I have to see this.
That's awesome.
That is so fun.
Super jealous.
2ATQ Cat said, it could be my imagination or wishful thinking, but I think I muscle in my legs. After doing those 6 million squats, legs seem a bit bigger, and it's not like I gained any weight. So, sounds like you got muscle then. That's awesome, Lynn. Sharon said, I've been down the last week with my hip. Oh, no. Just now getting to move. I'm so sorry, Sharon. That's awful.
Oh, well. Incoming message.
Oops, sorry. Laura, said summer dress sounds perfect. Right, that's what I was thinking. Is just, it'll be somewhat cool, even though it's kind of long, right? It's like almost to my calves, but or my ankles rather, but I feel like it'll still be cool enough. I've taken it on cruises before, so I hope. Lynette said, heat south of Houston, we already had the first outer band come through about an hour ago. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess that's kind of what we must have got some of it with our rain. Lynette said, hurricane rain is supposed to start here at approximately 4 to 5 p.m. and landfall at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Oh, okay. Wow.
So I wonder what it's going to be like on Thursday in Galveston.
By then, it'll be moved out.
Hopefully it'll blow through and then run and be done.
Yeah. So if it's going to hit in the middle of the night.
Just sit on it. You know
no, I don't think so. Because when I saw Renee sent me a projection as well, it like by Tuesday it's going to be over in Louisiana, up that area. So it'll be gone by Thursday. The main thing is just as long as there's no damage to anything, but yeah, I'm sure they are prepared. Laura said, now I want to decorate my porch with Halloween. I mean, is it ever too early? Go right ahead. I 100% support Halloween decoration.
It's like we have a bench in our front yard, and we always put a skeleton in it. That's why let's leave it all year round. And then for Christmas, we'll just put a Santa hat on him.
Right. That's true. 2ATQ Cat said, plus I've upped my treadmill by 100%.
Wow.
So my legs are getting it here recently with squats and more walking. So yes, hoping it's a little more muscle. Well, I hope so too. That sounds awesome. Lynette said, we're expected to lose electricity because we're on the dirty side of the storm and closer to the coastline. Centerpoint Energy has already issued that warning for our area.
Wow. Like
your area specific or all of Houston? I guess maybe I missed that because in the email I got from them, all it said was, we're prepared. Here's a link where you can find, how to prepare for the storm. And we've got all of our crews ready, to tackle it basically as soon as it comes in. But I haven't seen anything. But I mean, I also wouldn't be too surprised because, seems like if
past events.
Yeah. Lisa said, I'm wearing my spider web earrings right now. How cute.
Awesome.
And that's why we're also doing things like you've washed all the towels.
Yes.
We're washing our clothes laundry. So we're getting that out of the way. And then
I already took my monthly shower.
Oh, that's good. I thought you smelled pretty good. I was like, ooh, he's looking pretty good today. But yeah, we'll and I'm trying to think. Oh, we're making sure all of our extra water bottles are full.
One of them over here needs to be refilled then.
And then also we're going to take a lot of the water bottles that are in the fridge to put in the freezer so they freeze up all that extra space there.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, so we're just I hope, crossing our fingers, we'll see what happens,
I
right?
mean, the only downside though is my smoker is electronic, or works off electricity, but we still have the Blackstone, which is propane, and I have a propane cooker too. Like a campfire. It's a little ring I can light up and cook on that if we need to.
And how many propane?
2.5.
2.5 full. That's good. Keto Simple's here. Hey, Dustin said, hey, yo. Lisa said, meat and cheese trays can get expensive. Taking a turkey is much more cost effective.
Right, especially when we already have it.
Right, and it was one of our free turkeys because she said to you when you were like, okay, well, I'm bringing a turkey.
She's like, oh, I was hoping you'd bring a brisket. I was like, I bet you were.
I was like, I don't know.
I bet you were. I love you, but no.
I was like, we're so stingy. We want the brisket for us.
I still have one in the freezer, and we're eating off the last one.
Yeah, we'll probably finish it tonight or tomorrow.
Then I think I have 2 more servings in the fridge.
Oh, okay. Keto Simple said, just wanted to drop by and say hello. Well, thank you for saying hi. Evelyn said, my daughter wears her skeleton things all year round. She's a big fan of Dia de los Muertos. I know I kind of butchered that. Oh, that's awesome. And they actually, the Michael's Smoothie Town had a Dia de los Muertos house.
Nice.
And it was so cute. Yes, I do like that too. But they had some neat stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Rickwood said, Shelly, Houston will be flooded as usual on the south side. Well, yeah, it is a swamp.
That's why I always say we don't actually flood, we pond.
Electricity will be out in a lot of areas. They will tell people to stay home, but it sounds like you're preparing. Yeah, I mean, it's the usual, and I'm sure that was part of the reason why everywhere was so freaking busy. I think it was twofold. I normally grocery shop in the morning, so going at 2:00 in the afternoon
was a culture shock.
There was just so many people, and they go so slow. I'm so mean. Like, one person got in their car, and I swear it took them 5 minutes to pull out. And then when they were pulling out, I was like itching to get into their spot because I'm like, come on, turn the wheel. No. I'm very impatient.
I really feel like some people just leave the house just to get in the way.
Right. But I'm sure
goes out of the way on the road.
A lot of people were probably prepping for everything. And yeah, there are certain parts of Houston that do flood. We're in an area, or at least our area, we're good there. Like, it might pond a little in the backyard, but it's not going to get in the house. And yeah, the electricity is just the one thing that, we'll see. Mary T is here. She goes, hi all, just in from the garden. Nice. Did a marathon weed this morning and picked another couple pounds of strawberries and a few raspberries. Ooh, that sounds good. I did get some more strawberries, so I think I'm going to make some more strawberry vinaigrette this afternoon.
That was the other thing I'm sad about. When I went to Aldi this morning, they didn't have any egg life. It's like they quit carrying
I haven't seen them. And what did you go to Aldi for today?
I want to go get the package and show them.
Yeah, show them. These are so freaking good. You got to go to Aldi. It's one of their limited items in their limited frozen area. So, where Aldi has like their frozen stuff that it's usually in the top, and they're frozen for a limited supply or limited time and supply. So I got one yesterday. And I made them last night, and they were so freaking good. So he went today and bought 2 more. Smashed sliders, y'all.
And you look at the box, it looks like the actual burger. They look like the ones from like White Castle.
Yeah.
But it's not, there's no buns. It's just the burger.
Yeah. And when I first looked, I kind of overlooked it because I was like, oh, well, I don't want, burgers like with the bun and all that. And then I looked and it said 100% all beef. And I was like, oh, and then I read it and it said cooked from frozen and the only ingredient is beef, as it should be. It's $6.99 and it's
a 4-pack, right?
a pound and a half, which is 12 2-ounce patties. So go to Aldi if you can. But look, here's the little patties. See, you can see it's like the size of my palm. Little 2-ounce patties. They fry up amazingly.
Simple.
Yeah, just a few minutes. They taste delicious. And and so he went today and got 2 more boxes. And they're just, oh my gosh, I think that's what we're making this Friday night. So if you're curious and want to see how they look, then join us Friday night. Or if you want to cook along with us, go get you some now. And then Friday night, you can cook with us. Cook your burger while we're cooking our burgers. But they are really freaking good. Like really good tasting. Lee said, have y'all been fermenting anything lately? Yeah, I just pulled a ferment, I think on Friday or Thursday. I did pickles. Well, I guess they're not pickles because they're not vinegared, but the mini cucumbers that I got at Aldi.
Oh, that's what I should have got too. So we can make another batch. Because I want those with the burgers.
But I did the mini cucumbers with big, I did them whole. I didn't slice them because they say if you do them whole, they're less likely to end up mushy. So I did them whole, but I did put like halves of jalapeno. So I slice a jalapeno in half and shove it in there. So, and I think a little bit of garlic cloves. So they ended up being very spicy, but it was really good. Really good. But yeah, that's what I first. Mary T said, you sound like me when Vancouver freaks out when it's going to rain. It's a rainforest. Then 300 miles away where I live is more desert. I know. I guess that's my thing too, because Heath and I, we've lived here our whole life. So we've literally had over 40 years of hurricanes.
And everybody starts crying about the traffic it's going to be. I'm like, man, these people around here can't even drive in the sunshine.
Right. And so we're just used to it. And I feel like every year it's like total apocalypse is how a lot of them act like, oh, this is the hurricane. It's going to be a total apocalypse. And it's just like, okay, it wasn't that bad, right? It's just like, okay, people like even with Harvey, more people like passed away trying to escape the storm than if they just stayed home because they hyped it up as it was going to be so devastating. And I know there was some areas that had bad problems, but they did that like, and more people got hurt trying to leave. And the same thing, I think, with Rita too. That we didn't even get rain with Rita.
It was like my cousin, him and his wife and kids packed up their RV. They have a pool behind, bumper pool, and trying to leave town, they got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
They ended up pulling over, just hanging out in the RV.
That's what I mean. But Sam's right here, y'all. If you come up here, you can tell everybody hi. Come on.
Don't get him up on the counter because he can reach it. Don't teach him that.
He's not going to jump. So yeah, I'm just kind of used to it. It's just kind of like, yeah, we're going to get a lot of rain, like that's usual. And unfortunately with Houston, for a long time, they didn't build in floodplains. And I think I mentioned this Friday night. And now there are a lot of subdivisions in floodplain areas.
Well, they even took it a little further too, though. A lot of those neighborhoods I was working in, they put retention ponds in the middle of the neighborhood. And so they started naming everything lakes of whatever, or East Side Pond or whatever.
Right. And so those are usually where you see places on the news where they're like, oh my God, Houston's flooded. Well, it flooded in the floodplain.
Right.
So it kind of like, well, you kind of knew it was going to flood because you're in a floodplain. So luckily where we're at, this subdivision is a little bit older than us and it's never had issues.
It's never gotten higher than our
curb.
Than the curb.
Yeah. So we're very fortunate. We are kind of like a little bit of a hill. Now there is a new section in the very back that, yeah, of course that floods because there's the creek right behind there. But otherwise, yeah, our biggest thing is just going to be power. So we just have to hope that, we keep power or that they get it restored really quick. Mary T said, a bumper crop for sure. I tore a bunch out of the overgrown spot they were originally and put in my raised 8x4 bed.
Oh, wow.
They went nuts. So I have another empty bed I'm moving the babies to. Wow. And look, here's Renee. Hey there, Horde. Been on calls with work and watching latest updates on barreling burl. Oh my gosh.
You have it on call with your work? Wow, I didn't know you had to do that on Sundays. That's crazy.
I started Mississippi pot roast in the crock pot with hot pepperoncinis. Oh, that'll be good. That's good. So are you all prepared? Because that's
away so I don't eat the whole thing.
You're the one who got it out.
I got them for you though.
How are you feeling, Renee? Because I know you're gonna get like the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Terry B is here. Hey, must have missed it, but have we discussed Heath's MS journey? She has a question. What goals does Heath currently have related to improving or maintaining your current mobility and energy?
The only goal I have is to continue doing my DDPY. In fact, I think today, or this week anyways, is week 14. That's will be the end of this session, and I'll start a new one tomorrow. I mean, the next, I'm sorry, not tomorrow, but the next week.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to decide if I want to move on or just repeat it. Probably going to move on.
And yeah, so he did give us, everything's going great.
Everything's groovy, yeah.
As long as he's staying on task.
Yeah. As long as I stay on program, I'll say with my DDPY, and if I'm not going off plan on what I'm eating.
Yeah, and keeping up with his eggs every day, that definitely helps. And do you feel like doing the DDPY and all, does that help you with your mobility and your
really
energy?
Because it really helps my inner core. Yeah.
Yeah, his core.
And I think it was really helped, honestly, is when I cut out the energy drinks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How have you seen improvement with that?
I'm not as lethargic all the time now.
Wow.
Remember, almost all the time I would get real tired during the day. I don't do that as much anymore.
Wow, that's interesting.
And I don't have to use the bathroom as often as morning.
That's good.
Number one, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, that's a good improvement. That great question, Terry.
I cut out the diet sodas also.
Well, yeah, that was the first step. Yeah. Toy Tiki Cat said, Shelly, I have to ask, if the smash burgers are only beef, how do they taste different? I don't care for the Aldi frozen burgers anymore. I think they have a funky taste. It's just me, probably. Well, see, when I've looked at the flavored burgers, they always have crap in them. Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten their other burgers. These, when I made them last night, they have that greasy burger taste to me. Like there was a good amount of fat in it.
Old school diner style.
Yeah, like a diner style burger, just that greasy, and maybe because it's the smash, but it just had that greasy, beefy. It was just a really good flavor. I thought, I've been craving like just a dirty, greasy, like burger, where it's just dripping all over the place and it's messy. Right. And this filled it. Now, I did put, since we had 3 patties each, I put cheese in between each one. And it gave that craving I had for a juicy, greasy, fatty burger. It was perfect.
Right.
It was really good. So I know when you're like, it's just beef, like there's not even seasoning in it, but it didn't seem like it even needs seasoning.
Right.
It just tasted perfect.
Well, I think a lot of that too is because of your craving also.
Probably. Well, come on, click. All right. Lisa said, I hope y'all stay safe this hurricane. Check in and keep us updated. Oh, yeah, especially Renee. Keep us updated, Renee. Renee said, the hurricane possibly doesn't bother me. It's the neighbors having debris in their yard. I don't want to drive long and high bridges over water, even in 30-mile-per-hour winds. Right. Yeah, that's the bad part.
Are you going to work for the next couple of days?
No, I remember she already take Monday off.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
And that's the one thing is the driving over water. That's scary. That I wouldn't want to do. Renee said, we aren't in the cone, but are already getting some winds and had some scattered showers. Oh, goodness. Mary T said, we're coming into a heat wave 102. Ugh.
Ouch.
Over the next few days. It's coolish in the morning, garden time, then in the house and shut the door.
Right.
I bet. Oh, goodness. Renee said, Heath and Shelly are in the bad side because northeast side of the cone carries more tornadoes, so hoping it fizzles quickly.
Me too.
It did take the turn I thought it would, but we will see some nasties. Oh, that's good. That at least turned so you're not so bad. Mary T said, since I have company coming and they want to be outside in that godforsaken heat, why would they want to? So we will float the river, go to the lake, and I'm putting up my 10 by 5, 2.5 foot deep kiddie pool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't understand is why people like to be out in the heat. Why?
I don't either.
Explain it. If you're somebody that's like, oh, it's 100 degrees outside, let's stay outside. Why? Why do you feel that way? It's like, yeah, even though it did like cool off in the afternoon because a little bit of the showers, it was just still muggy and stuff. And I was like, oh, I just want to get in the car in my air conditioning. I think I'm too used to air conditioning. I love it. Renee said, we had conference calls because of the weather with the CEO. He said, since Corpus is out of the cone, we are to proceed as normal and come to work. I texted my boss as we are still receiving warnings. I told her that if the winds aren't bad, I might attempt to come in for half a day in the afternoon. And she told me just to keep her updated. And if unsafe, she understands. Well, that's good.
Wow.
Terry B said, interesting info about the energy drinks, Heath. Maybe you no longer have the crash when the energy drink wears off. Therefore, you don't get so tired. That's a good observation.
Maybe that's true. I didn't think about that.
That's probably what it is. Like, hyped you up and then boom.
That's true. I didn't think
and
about
then
that.
Now you're having things like your vitamins boost, which is, I feel like, a more natural, and it replenishes your electrolytes. Right. And I think that's important too for Heath, is really keeping up on his electrolytes.
Yes.
So I think you do better by drinking things that have those. So like your Redmonds, your Ultima, your Salty, having all of those every day is really helping you.
Yeah, I worked completely out of Salty though.
I know. We got to order more. But I think that's just a better, it keeps you more even than having this up and down feeling. Renee said they issued voluntary evacuation orders for people who are in flood-prone areas, elderly, medically needed, RVs, tourists, mainly because those people can become a burden, especially tourists, because they aren't familiar. Exactly.
That's true.
And all they do is just get in the way.
And then you got to spend extra resources to go help them.
Right. Exactly. Renee said, I had greasy, spicy, chunked fried Spam and cheesy, buttery scrambled eggs this morning.
Wow.
That sounds good. I haven't had anything to eat yet other than the lilies. You saw that. Probably not the best thing to start off with, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Renee messaged something. But I haven't technically had a meal yet. So after this, I figure I'll cook something up. I haven't decided. Maybe I'll just have a salad. Maybe I'll have another burger. I don't know yet. I don't know. Mom Bear Lynette said, Shelly, the storm shifted more to the north. It's going to make landfall just a few miles south of where my ex-husband lives. Well, good thing you got Jesse, right? You feel a lot better, I'm sure, with Jesse being with you. ToyTQ Cat said, I'll look for the Aldi smash burgers. They sound different than the regular frozen burgers for sure. I totally trust your opinion. They really sound good.
I was impressed.
I was impressed. And even though they were sliders, I feel like that's kind of almost easier to control.
Yeah.
Because they did have, last week, they had the regular size smash burgers, and I didn't get them, and they're gone. This week was the mini. And I feel like, well, with them being 2-ounce patties, like it makes it easier to be like, oh, okay, so this is 4 ounces, or I'll have 6 ounces of it, and you can portion control it a little better. And plus, since you cook them from frozen, it's just easier to keep them in the freezer and just pull out the patties you need.
Right.
Right? Renee said, neighbors have boarded up, crackheads across from me trimmed their trees and put branches out by the street. I chose not to board up. Oh, you're not going to board. Okay. But yeah, why did they decide? I mean, it's good they trimmed their trees, so hopefully nothing like snaps off and blows, but maybe they should have done it earlier so the trash could have picked it up, Maybe they need to go put that in their garage. Laura said, I don't know if it's the heat, but nothing is sounding or tasting good to me. I think it is the heat. Because if I get too hot, I don't want anything.
Right. Whenever it gets hot like that outside, when I was working outdoors and stuff, I always wanted a salad.
Yeah, I always like something cold. So what would probably be a good option maybe is a creamy.
Right.
See if that tastes good to you because it'll be nice and cold. But that's how I feel too. When it's hot, I just want something like really cold. So a nice cold salad with cold meat on it and maybe even a boiled egg and just kind of nice cool salad is always good.
Right.
But a creamy would be good.
All of a sudden, I'm like really tired.
After you were just talking about not being tired.
I know. It's weird. I think it's just I ate too much.
Renee said, we will start to see the weather change around 7 p.m. tonight. Oh, goodness. And Renee said, y'all going to need to come down here or restrain me if my neighbor's tree trimmers damage my house or car. Right? I'm sure. It's just so silly to do it after the pickup.
Right.
Mary T said, we're lucky the morning and evenings are bearable, but from 2 to 8, I only want to hide. People come from miles around to be in my area in the summer. Dang gorgeous God's country.
Right.
Oh, goodness. I guess my thing is if I was going to visit somewhere and I saw during the day it got to the 90s or 100, I'm not visiting.
Right.
Renee said, I sent Shelly pics of the neighbor's chaos. Yeah, I'll look at it a bit. I also made some, and this sounds really good, y'all. Agua fresca with jicama or hibiscus, cucumber, lime, and a touch of cayenne. Wow. It's good. I bet it is. That sounds amazing. Lynette said, it's funny. Many years ago, Aldi was considered kind of a junky store that nobody took seriously.
Right.
Now it seems like they have better quality foods than regular grocery stores.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And their produce. I'm always impressed by their produce. It always looks good. I went ahead and got another thing of strawberries from them. And, I mean, you get some really good buys there.
I started to get another thing of cauliflower today while I was there. I was like, well, we still got these potatoes we need to eat first.
Yeah. And like it's their specialty items you have to look for. They also had I forget the brand, but it was the 0 sugar strawberry cheesecake yogurt drink. But I was just like, I don't know. I feel like I do it better with my kefir because I can just throw in some strawberries with my kefir and make my own, and it's even better.
Right.
But I do like seeing their seasonal things. And I don't even remember Aldi that long ago, right? I don't remember ever shopping. And now there's Aldi's everywhere.
Right. I really like their version of Kerrygold.
Yes. Lynette said, I mean, like 30 years ago when I lived in St. Louis and Aldi was just starting out, at that time, all they had was really old produce and generic labeled canned products. Wow. See, I don't even remember that.
It was like a surplus store almost like.
Right? Tweet Q Cat said, oh, yes, many years ago, Aldi really was just a little warehouse with no frills whatsoever and all generic foods. They've really improved on everything.
Wow.
That is interesting. Nice. I guess when they saw Trader Joe's do so well, because that's like the brother or whatever, that I guess they took some notes from Trader Joe's. I do like me some Trader Joe's, but they're not always the cheapest, but I do like them. Renee said they are renters from their drug lord cousin, so they don't give a shit about damage. Well, they probably don't even have insurance then. Wow. But, oh gosh. Lisa said, I love hibiscus iced tea. I've never put any. It sounds great. Okay, here she. She said it's pronounced Jamaica. Jamaica? Jamaica.
Sure.
Jamaica. Sure. But yeah, that does sound good. I do like a nice hibiscus tea. Lisa said, I had a salad yesterday and cleaned out the fridge. Some ferment, chicken, salami, sausage, cheese, lettuce, all the things.
Nice.
Ooh, I bet that was amazing. Oh my gosh. And I do have to say, I love ferments on a salad too. It just adds another depth, like that umami flavor.
Right.
That sometimes you, like when we've gone to Gringo's and we get the Cabo salad there,
Mm-hmm.
I think if they had some fermented on it, like sauerkraut, or fermented jalapenos,
make it even better.
It would take it up a notch. Just fermented foods elevate your foods. Laura S. said, we have family here all week. Lots of grandkids.
Wow.
Oh, I bet you're loving that. I will be outside in this heat also. I'm with you, Shelly. I want my air conditioner. Oh, goodness.
I think it's disrespectful not to use the air conditioner. They invented it for a reason.
Oh, that's so hard. And I think kids, they really enjoy being outside. I don't remember as a kid always being outside. I think I've always been, I've always avoided heat.
Right?
But I did have a few really bad sunburns, so I guess I wasn't always avoiding it. But, I feel for you.
The sunburns is what led you to really loving the AC.
Right? But you're going to have so much fun, though, Laura, with all of those grandkids. Renee said, yeah, she got it. Ooh, I'll never get it again, but I got it once. Renee said the hibiscus leaves soak in hot water, then it gets blended in the Vitamix with hunks of peeled cucumber.
Oh, wow.
The recipe I used didn't have the lime or cayenne. That was me. Well, that sounds good.
It does.
It sounds very refreshing, and it's going to be perfect, with this summer heat. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm yawning.
Jeez.
I know, right?
Well, I guess we'll give it a couple more minutes. So if you have any further questions or questions about heats, multiple sclerosis.
Sorry, I'm getting all tired now. I don't know what's going on. Because I was just jacked up and energetic and everything, and then all of a sudden, no. I'm wondering if maybe I did just eat too much.
Not heat.
That was a big old plate.
Yeah, but let us know if you have any last questions. Yeah. We'll give it just a couple more minutes, and then I think I'm ready to have my lunch and figure out, I don't know. I'll probably have a salad, y'all. Probably just a salad.
Good too.
Yeah. Lisa said, I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday to get a frame, and their air conditioner wasn't working.
What?
I was shocked that they even stayed open. They had fans everywhere, and I felt so sorry for the employees. That's awful. I remember, I guess, was it Rita? Hurricane Rita? What was the one that, like, the city was really without power for a few days? It was before we got together. So it's been about 15 years ago.
I don't remember that, honestly. That may have been right.
But some hurricane hit. Again, no damage, but just no power. And it was like no power for, I'm thinking, like 5 days. And I just remember like going to the stores, or I remember, I had to go to like Walmart to charge my phone. That was the only place that had where we could charge our phones.
Wow.
But my job at the time, they were like, oh, we have enough generators to run the phones and the computers, no air conditioner, and minimal lighting. But if y'all will come in, then, we'll and help, cover the phones. And I was like, wait, so I'm excused with pay because of this, or I could go into work and get the same pay, like they didn't even get extra, and sit inside a building with the heat just so I can take some calls. I was like, are you crazy? No, I ain't doing that.
No.
So, anytime I see somebody, a company, and they're like, oh, no, we're going to stay open. I'm like, no, it is not that needed. Especially, I'm sorry, a craft store,
Right.
no, there's no reason. I can maybe understand like an HEB or Kroger, but even then, for all their stuff. But
they're actually quicker to close than the craft stores.
I know, like, why put your employees through that? Renee said, our hospital finally has a huge portable Havoc to cool us. Oh, good. Lisa said, maybe it's the chocolate.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Toy TQ Cat said, thinking of y'all in the hurricane area, scary stuff. Oh, it'll be fine,
I
Lynn.
really feel like we're going to be okay, though.
Lynette said, maybe it was Ike. Maybe that was Ike.
That makes sense.
Shad said, have a great day. Hope y'all are stay safe and sound from the hurricane.
Thank you.
Yes, everybody stay safe. Renee said, I think the scariest is the stuff I can't control. I hate people, laugh out loud. Not really, just a lot of them, just most. And Lisa said Ike as well. So it must have been Ike. And then Lynette said, it's going to be really bad here for about 36 hours, and my neighborhood may be without power after that, but we will get through it. Gosh, Sienna already has a hurricane watch in place. Oh, wow. Carl Keto Dog, they rebuilt one of the local Dollar Trees, and they opened without heat or air working.
Ouch. They
refused to get it fixed before reopening and made the employees work in it. They were all grumpy and miserable.
I bet.
Well, yeah, and I'm sorry. And things like Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree and stuff, they're not paying their employees crap. And then you're going to put them through that? At least at my old job, when they were asking us, we did get, paid pretty decently. But I would not understand working at, some Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree or any of those and getting paid crap wages to then be in the heat and be miserable.
Well,
no.
I understand too, though. Why would the customers put up with it? So I don't get it. Are
Yeah.
their prices that good? Really?
I don't know. I would just be like, that's not. Renee said, right now, barrel winds are only 65, might touch as a 1. We've been under watch and warning for 2 days. Last evac buses left this morning at 10. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, I'll have to read what people are saying in our subdivision. I honestly haven't even been on Facebook today. Like, I feel like I did wake up late, 11. And we just, I helped Heath with his breakfast. Or his lunch. I don't know what it is. And then we just watched one episode of The Bear where I think we're about halfway through.
We're either episode 5 or 6, I don't remember.
Yeah, so hoping to, make some more headway and maybe finish The Bear today or tomorrow. Toy TQ Cat said, no hurricanes in my state, but my last house flooded 3 times, so
Ouch.
I just fear any water, period. It was awful and expensive. Oh, yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry. That's definitely scary, right? Floods are no joke. No. Renee said, at least y'all are a little more inland, Lynette. Our coastline is going to see a lot of nasty, right? And I think that's the benefit. Like, I know, Lynette, I think you're, about 50 miles from the coast, Lynette? We're like 78 miles from the coast. And we're versus like Renee, I think you said you're under 2 miles from the coast, right? 2. So it makes a big difference because most of the time whenever like Ike or Harvey or any of those finally get up here, again, it's usually just a lot of water or a lot of rain, I should say, and, winds. And the main thing, again, is, hey, as long as they don't hit a tree down. And so I think kind of, and I know it was bad, but a few weeks ago, when we had that windstorm that was hurricane force winds, it did knock down several trees. So maybe that's a good thing because maybe it got rid of all of the weak trees so that we'll be fine during this hurricane season.
Hopefully it's much to do about nothing.
Right. Renee said, we are expecting 5 to 10 inches of rain, but house is pure and beam. My house is 1.5 miles from the Gulf.
Ouch.
Wow. See, that to me, I would probably be scared if I lived that close because honestly, that's why I've never wanted to have a
oceanfront property.
Oceanfront property, exactly. Like I'm like, I don't want to
looks
be
nice, but I don't want to live here.
right. Like I don't want to be in California because of the earthquakes, and I don't know why, but earthquakes scare me so much worse than a hurricane or a tornado. And then that's also why.
Probably because you've never been through one, so you really don't know what's going to do.
Right, probably. Like my mom, spent a lot of time in Oklahoma where they do have tornadoes. So I think that's why she liked coming here because they're not so prevalent. And then the hurricanes, it's just basically you get some wind and rain, which I don't know. To me, that feels more manageable than tornadoes and earthquakes. Because I think what it is with also a hurricane is, right? Like Lynette and Renee and all, like every hour for like the last 2 weeks, they have updated all the hurricane and given like 5 million scenarios.
Right.
Whereas when it's a tornado or earthquake, it's just like, oh, there's a tornado. Like there's no advanced warning.
It just happens.
It just happens. And I feel like with a hurricane, you know for weeks it's coming. So you kind of, it's a lot easier, I guess, to prepare. And maybe that's why I'm not so concerned about them. But like a tornado or an earthquake, I don't want to go through that.
It's really weird, though. Sorry for changing the subject.
Oh.
Like we yawning constantly. It's not because I'm tired. It's just a symptom of my MS. It just makes me do it.
Oh.
I'm really not tired. I just keep yawning, though. And it's annoying.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm not on the phone today.
Yeah. 22Q Cat said 2 miles from the coast. Oh, my.
I know, right?
I know. Renee said storm surge with Harvey was 1 mile, but he was way worse. We'll see lots of road blockages, but sometimes includes parts of my drive to work. Just my hood isn't known for flood. That's a good part. Yeah. And that's what's important is to kind of know where you are. Because I saw someone in our subdivision that recently bought, and he said that's what he did before he bought a home. In the areas he was looking at, he pulled out the floodplain maps and made sure wherever he was getting was not in any historical flooded area.
Right. That makes sense.
And so the home he bought here, he said, was like a block from the floodplain. But those that are built there, that kind of happens. Evelyn said, my youngest daughter, who will be 17 in August, was born during our town's 100-year flood. Oh my gosh, Evelyn. Thankfully, we live only 2 blocks from the hospital because the entire town was shut down.
Wow.
They were rescuing people with canoes. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Evelyn, oh my goodness.
About you too, then.
You were like, well, here she's going to come through a 100-year flood. Renee said, once it hits land, it will slow way down and fizzle, but just hoping it doesn't sit. It's only traveling at 10 miles with 65 miles per wind max right now. Right. It will. Yeah. As long as it doesn't sit, that is the part. But most of them, because I can't remember, maybe it might have been Ike that sit for a while.
I think so.
Oh, Laura said she gets tornadoes. See, isn't that scary?
That's kind of the thing, though. Anywhere you're at, there's going to be some kind of natural disaster.
Right. There's no perfect place.
Right.
Darn. 22Q Cat said, I guess it's just what you get used to in your area. Tornadoes are prevalent here, but don't really freak me out. A hurricane would probably put me over the edge.
Right.
That is interesting that you're like, tornado, right? Like, who cares? But then you're like, ooh, a hurricane sounds scary. And I'm like the opposite. I'm like, it's a hurricane. But then a tornado, I'd be like, oh my gosh. Right. Well, like we've gotten so many like every year. There's
always something.
Right. And then every year they always think it's going to be the absolute worst year ever. And I think that's part of it. You just hear it so much. It's almost like The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Right. That is.
Renee said, yeah, all that was included in my home inspection when I bought, and I did drive-bys before closing after heavy rains to see if there was ponding. Well, that was very smart of you.
But
that's good.
The thing, though, is if they don't play it up, people aren't going to take it serious, and then things are really going to happen. Then there'll be a huge outcry.
Then they'll be mad at them, right? Lynette said Santa had a really bad tornado inside Hurricane Harvey. Oh wow. Gosh, lots of people lost their homes here. Oh, that's scary.
It is.
Oh gosh. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again, right? Renee said, my hood does have several tall palm trees that neighbors haven't trimmed so the dead fronds can do some damage. Right? Oh my gosh. See, that's the thing you have to worry about. One thing I think also, my subdivision or our subdivision is mostly an older subdivision because it's been around for almost 50 years. So a lot of the people here are still the original buyers. Mm-hmm. So a lot of them already get done. What?
Finish your story, I'll tell you.
So like our direct neighbor here, she has a lot of trees that were kind of, over in our yard. And earlier this year, I think in March, she had them all trimmed because she was like, I know hurricane season's coming. So I wanted to get these all trimmed and cleaned up before the season starts. And see, that's smart. That's adulting, which we're not really good at adulting, honestly. No. So, but a lot of the people here are good like that because, most of them are much older and they have the experience and are like, oh, we know we got to do these things. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that. And so they're better at keeping that up. And I feel like most of the people here stay pretty prepared.
Right.
And we have quite a few in our subdivision that do their own
yard.
I was going to say smoking, because remember just a couple blocks over, every Saturday and Sunday, they're smoking all kinds of food for you to buy.
Yeah, there's that one guy that's always advertising in our Facebook group. He has his own catering company.
Yeah, and we have a couple, and there's like another one or two. And so already I've seen a couple that were like, oh, we're going to be prepared. So that they'll be there ready to smoke food for everybody if it gets to that.
No, what I was laughing about is in that same Facebook group. Yeah, because we're in a Facebook group for our neighborhood, but a couple of people were crying, freaking out a little bit about how many houses in the neighborhood were for sale. And she had to remind me, she goes, yeah, but look at the age of the neighborhood. She goes, if the original owners are passing away, the kids aren't necessarily going to come in and buy that house.
Right, because they're all my age, because most of them I went to high school or school with, elementary on. And like one of the neighbors up a few blocks, I saw they had an estate sale because that parent finally passed away. Well, I know her daughters, they were twins. Well, they each have their own life and family. Mm-hmm. So they, of course, put the home up for sale. Right. And so, a lot of the homes that I'm seeing up for sale, they're people who have had the home for over 40 years or 50 years. And they're either downsizing, which I feel like these are small homes anyways, but they're downsizing to like my mom did. She got an actual
patio home, isn't it?
Patio, but what is it? An adults only community. Yeah. So like that's what my mom wanted, was something more where hers is just basically a 2-bedroom patio home and an adults only community. So
she really barely has a backyard.
Right. So a lot of people that are here that are now in their 70s or 80s even, they're selling their home and either going somewhere else, moving in with their children, or they're, might even have to go to some kind of like long-term care. Yeah. Right. And so that's why I was like, well, of course there's probably going to be more homes for sale.
It's always mind-boggling to me how most people don't understand how the world works. Right.
And I'm like, so I don't know. It made sense to me. And that's several people commented and they were like, there's no more homes for sale than normal. Like this is, and then plus May, June, and July are the biggest housing season. This is when most people buy homes. So this is the opportune time to sell a home.
And we're in a huge neighborhood. Yeah. So you're going to see a lot of them in our neighborhood.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Laura S. says she wants to go see the movie Twisters. That looks like a really good movie. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that. You've seen the trailer. Toy Cat said, is it any wonder our homeowner insurances are so high anymore? All these natural disasters constantly happen. So expensive, keeping it up on it all. Exactly. Yeah, I was listening to Clark Howard, and he did a huge explaining all of that and how basically the insurance companies kind of screwed themselves, and there's been changes and so forth. But yeah.
Well, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he said that anytime it rains down here, his insurance goes up. He goes, they don't understand. He's like in Iowa or something like that.
Oh, that is weird.
He goes, he can't figure it out.
Well, they said Florida and over that coast has really been hit hard with home insurance prices, with the average being like $12,000 a year.
Ouch.
I was very fortunate. Mine did go up this year, but it's only an extra, I think, $10 or $20 a month, so really nothing. But I called and checked. I'm always trying to get it cheaper, but I couldn't get it any cheaper. But the insurance agent, she was like, yeah, like yours is really good. She goes, I've seen some policies that doubled, so you're doing good. So knock on wood, that stays. Renee said, I parked my car with windshield facing house and super close to the house and against the privacy fence. Oh, that's good. Evelyn said, do you smoke? Yes, brisket.
All right.
That's the best. Renee said, so at least if neighbor crap flies, it won't catch my windshield. Right. Exactly.
You've had enough fun with that windshield.
Renee said, backyard is enclosed with tall wooded privacy fence. I picked up light stuff and secured my Blackstone. My house is set back further between the two neighbors, and I'm the only 2-story in the hood.
Oh, wow. So
I worry the things I may catch being highest up. Oh, goodness. Yeah, hopefully you'll be fine. And then she said, in Pensacola, they had so many near the beach with hurricane claims that insurance isn't offering new policies or they won't cover it all in certain areas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too, because they've just been so dinged in Florida with all of the hurricanes that they're just like, you can't even get it sometimes.
That's scary.
Right. And then there was something happening with the condos. So there's like people that, with the condos, and I remember Clark Howard talked all about it, and I was just like, oh gosh.
Right.
So hopefully, everything stays good here. So what we want is basically a hurricane that talks a lot of smack, but don't hand it out.
Right.
Just so our insurance stays good.
It just comes in, tells us hi, and leaves.
Right. Or not even hi. Hey, as it runs on by. Right. All right. Well, I know we've been on for almost an hour and a half, y'all. And thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please, everybody, stay safe. So whether it's the hurricane or the heat wave or tornadoes or anything that's in your area, please stay safe and check in with us if anything does happen. Just let us know that you are safe and everything is going well, especially Renee, keep us updated. Lynette, keep us updated. Let us know. Check in. If anything, check in with us on our HH chat. So as long as you just say, hey, everything's fine. It's passed, blah, blah, blah. And we just know that, you're doing well.
Yes, please do. We worry about y'all.
Yes. All right, y'all. Love you. Have a wonderful week. We're going to try to make this a good week, right?
Yes.
And let's start our arms tomorrow.
Yeah.